You're watching Vancouver TV, where we show you what's happening in your city. We've got the latest movie reviews and access to your favorite celebs. From fashion to red carpets, live shows, and more, we cover it all, keeping you informed about your city and in the know about upcoming events.
Good morning, wife.
Good morning, husband.
Don't ask me.
Mrs. Gray, look out your window.
What you know is true.
I'm taking you away for the weekend.
I just can't believe this is my life, that I get to live with you.
Oh, I love your precious heart.
It meant nothing to me before you.
Anna Gray's office. We wanted to welcome the new fiction editor.
And we could live
I bought it for us. I should have asked you first.
for 1,000 years.
I love it. Oh my God.
Christian,
This is Jim Mateo, the architect.
this location is perfect. I'm going to build you a fabulous house.
Please stop speaking to my husband as if I weren't here.
Anna.
You may call me Mrs. Gray.
I'll pick you up at 5.
I might not be done by then.
Goodbye. 'Cause we all have wings,
We're gonna follow
but
them.
some of us don't know why.
How are you, Anna?
Jack, what do you want?
So you want to play?
Yes, sir.
Christian.
I made a vow to love you faithfully, forsaking all others,
Did you sleep with her?
to comfort you in times of need, and to keep you safe for as long as we both shall live.
Tear us apart.
To win tickets to see this movie and other fun movie prize packs, visit www.vancouvertelevision.ca.
Hey there, VTV viewers. I'm your host, Pegah Ahani, and today we're here to explore Granville Island. This place is a very special place, especially to me, because I've been coming here since I was a kid. Granville Island Public Market was established in 1979. It shares a lot of local artists and artisans making handmade crafts, handmade food, and they also host a lot of amazing events that happen here in Vancouver. So it's a cultural and creativity hub, but it's so much more than that. So we're gonna show you. So come with me and let's go explore Granville Island. Okay guys, we're here and have the pleasure of talking to Scott Fraser. He is the communication and marketing officer here at Granville Island. Scott, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here for us too. So Scott, a lot of people don't really know about the history of Granville Island. So can you tell our viewers about why this special place has such a rich industrial and maritime history?
Yeah, well, what a lot of people don't realize is Granville Island did start out as an island and actually a man-made island. Around 1919, it was dredged and created because there was a need for more industrial land in the very small city of Vancouver at the time. And then over the years, it became a place where there was industry for shipbuilding, chain making, cables, boiler making, paint, you name it. And it would just expanded over time. It really hit a real stride during the World War II era, where so much industry was being done to support the war effort in Europe. But also at that time, industrial effort was really supported by the women of Vancouver, because so many of the men had gone off to war, that really the industrial machine of Granville Island was operated by the women of Vancouver. And then over time, as the city grew up, most of the industry moved to the edges of the city, and Granville Island went through a real downtime through the 50s and 60s and into the 70s. It was really not much was happening here. A lot of the factories had been abandoned, and it was really kind of settled into, to be honest, a bit of an industrial wasteland. But then in the 70s, when the city and the federal government were reimagining this whole part of the city, False Creek, there was this little hub. All the housing around us here was all created in the 70s through people like the City of Vancouver and a company called the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. And in the center of that was Granville Island, which is a federal property. It's a crown asset of the federal government, and administered by Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. And they had an idea, amongst a whole bunch of very creative, imaginative folks back then, not only at CMHC but also within the city, to create a whole new concept, a concept of an urban park. So just like a natural park, which we are incredibly blessed with here in Vancouver, we had an idea back then to try something different, create a community where a market community could meet an artisan community and could still embrace the industrial past. So folks like Ocean Concrete, which still is here today, was still operating on the island, and tie it all together as part of the maritime heritage, which really ties together so much of the coast of British Columbia, and is really the lifeblood and has been, since time immemorial. We are on unceded First Nations land here, and the connections from the past to current day are still very much with us. So there's an incredibly long history of this part of the world, and I'm honored to be part of just the current chapter.
Okay, so yeah, and you really feel that when you're here. You feel the heritage. It's not just that it's a shopping district and this kind of microcosm of all these things. I think that it's so much more than that. And I think if you come here yourself, being surrounded with the nature, all of this in this key right here with the False Creek ferries, and also having all of these different artists working while, there's people here shopping, but these people are at work. This is a place of work for a lot of these artists, right? So it's great to see it from the roots up.
Yeah. I mean, when people ask me what's really special about Granville Island, and it's the people. There's a really strong community here that you will find a sculptor who works with the people in the market, who will find opportunities, and they find ways of doing these really unconventional projects together. And I see this every day from, you go to the scene shop from the Arts Club, which they build the scenes for all of their shows right in the center of the island here. And I'll walk by, and he'll be, and somebody from the scene shop will be working on a project with the felt designer from across the alley say, hey, we had an idea and we didn't know how to do it. So there's this just continuous creativity that is the real lifeblood of the place, and it ties all of these different communities together. So the market folks and the artists and even the industrial partners. Ocean Construction, as you know, they allowed the Vancouver Biennale to work with Ostrimios to create the Giants, but they also work with me, and I have fun, wrapping the cement trucks like giant pieces of fruit to promote the market on a daily basis. And so
Wow,
they've commissioned art down here, so everybody really tries to find a way to harness the creativity of the place in weird and wonderful ways on a daily basis.
Hey guys, I've interrupted Ray, the shop manager here at Ulfco. They were hard at work, and then I decided to ask them some questions. Hey Ray,
Hi.
I hope you don't mind answering some questions.
It's all right.
Awesome. So looks like you got beautiful arrangements and bouquets of fresh cut flowers. Where do you guys get your flowers from?
We try to source our flowers locally as much as we can, but they come from all over the world.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yep.
And so, like a day like today, a Saturday, is pretty busy for you guys, yes?
Yeah, it's busy in the market on Saturdays, especially in the summertime. Yeah.
Awesome. And so in the winter time, is it a little bit harder to provide like different types of bouquets of, tropical flowers and things like that? Or does it really make a difference what time of year it is?
Everything's seasonal, so we get to rotate everything in year round, and it's nice that everything changes. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Winter bouquets.
Yeah, exactly. So because our stuff comes from all over, we're able to just kind of match everything with the season.
Awesome. And how long have you been doing this for?
A couple years.
Yeah. And how long has Olfco been here for?
Olfco's been in this spot for about a year. December 1st, 2016, we moved in. And then, but Olfco itself has been around for about 5 years now. It started out in Delta.
Started out in Delta. Wow. So you
Yeah.
come really far away from...
The two girls who started it, their names are Kirsten and Erin, and they're cousins. They're from Twassen.
Okay, cool. So you guys check out Olfco when you come to Granville Island. If you need a beautiful bouquet to take with you to dinner, you know where to go. These are such nice bouquets. I love the little cotton that you got. Let's show some of this off here. Look at that.
Yeah.
Did you put this together?
No, Liz behind me put that one together.
Good job, Liz.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks for talking to us, Ray.
No problem.
Hey guys, I'm here with David. He's one of the owners of Bon Macaroon at Granville Island. Hi, David. Thanks for talking to us.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for coming in today.
Oh, my pleasure. I love smelling these beautiful macaroons.
Beauty. And I'm sure you like to eat them too, right?
Oh my God, they're so good. So my favorite is lavender and Earl Grey.
Okay, so you like the Earl Greys in a white chocolate ganache where we infuse the tea, and we actually use the Earl Grey from the Granville Island Tea Company here. And then the lavender, we actually use organic local lavender that grow on Vancouver Island in Metchosin in Happy Valley Farm. It's the name of the farm that grow the lavender we get from.
Yeah. Wow, so it's so special. It's got that artisan, process of making the macaroons.
That's right, and we like to use quality ingredient as much as we can local, and rather than use perfume or essence or things like that, then we go with the beautiful English lavender. It tastes amazing, it's organic, it's fresh, and you have a natural flavor at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I've also tried your salted caramel.
That's right. So we make our own salted caramel. It's actually I'm a little bit proud of it because it's the recipe of my grandma that she used to do when I was a kid for crepes night. And so we kept it in the family and brought it here with me always because I like crepes, of course. And salted caramel with crepes is amazing, and even more with macaron. So we have it in the macaron and we have it as a spread as well.
Wow. Okay. So that's so generous of you to, share your family recipe.
Of course. Well, we don't share the recipe, but at least we make it for you to get it. That's right.
Just a taste.
Yeah, just a taste. That's right.
And how long have you been here at Granville Island?
So in the market, we actually into our 3rd years now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, already kind of. I feel like we arrived yesterday, and it's been already 3 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of hustle and bustle. You meet a lot of people every day, right?
Yeah, we meet a lot of people. Great neighborhoods. There's amazing food around the market. You know that already. And then we've been in Vancouver for actually almost 3 years now, and over 5 years in Victoria, where we all started the venture. Yeah.
Wow. Well, congratulations, David. I'm glad you guys are doing so well, and I am definitely glad you're here.
Beautiful. Well, I'm glad you came by. I'm glad you like our macaron. Of course, you're going to go home with a box for you and to share with everyone, right?
Oh, that's so sweet. What's a new flavor that you guys have?
We have quite a few new flavors. Actually, we bring new flavor every week. No exception since 5 years we open up. The one we just brought is lime coconut. Yeah.
Lime coconut.
Coconut lime.
Oh my
so
God,
that's
sounds like a tropical treat.
It is. It's winter, it's a bit cold, it's a bit raining in Vancouver, so we decided to bring something that hopefully will warm up people a little bit.
Sounds like you know Vancouverites pretty well.
Only 3 years here, but I think I learned a lot about it really fast. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
We're very transparent people.
Yeah, you are, for sure. And the weather is as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think we're getting that beautiful Vancouver weather for the week, so hopefully that coconut lime will warm up people a little bit.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
And it'll probably go with a nice margarita or something.
Probably would. We usually do margarita flavor in the summer, so maybe I should bring it back for the winter too.
Merci beaucoup,
Merci.
David. So pleasure to meet you.
Good to see you today.
So you guys know where to go to get your macaroons here at Granville Island. Hey guys, we're here with Grace and Hiro. They are working away here at the Granville Island Tea Company, one of my favorite stops here at the island. I love all the teas here. Guys, thank you so much for volunteering to talk to me.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Good, good. So what are your roles here at the Granville Island Tea Company?
We mostly make tea. We blend chai, which is our most popular drink, and we serve people loose leaf as well.
Okay,
And
what about you, Hiro?
I was heavy lifting to make chai sample in a tank, so people get free samples of chai every day. This is my job.
Okay, great. And it sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, I love it. We have really happy customers all the time. It's pretty fast paced, but you get used to it. Yeah.
And what's the most popular tea here?
Cream Earl Grey.
Cream Earl Grey.
Yes.
Wow, that's my favorite. So I guess, yes, it is a popular one.
Yeah, it's much more rich. It has that vanilla flavor, so it's something that's pretty original to us. And we also have a double cream, which people don't know about, but it's kind of like having the cookie and the tea at the same time.
What? All right. Okay, good to know. And I just had a Earl Grey macaroon across from you. So it sounds like you guys help each other with incorporating flavors, right? So taking over there, David over there. So, using the Granville Island Earl Grey in his macaroon. So that's kind of cool.
Chai too.
Chai?
Yeah, chai macaron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Our chai spice is like very popular. We sell them by the bags as well. People make it at home. Yeah.
We have original recipe, and it's tremendously great.
Hey guys, I'm here with Justin. He is the son of the owner of the granary. Hi, Justin.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thanks. And so how long have you guys been here for?
Well, for about 10 to 11 years. I was quite young when my grandpa started the business and things like that, but I was always involved helping out. It was very much a family business, so.
Oh, wow. And where do you guys source all of your different spices?
Well, we get our spices from all over the world, right? Chile, Sri Lanka, Mexico, India, Vietnam, just like all over the place. And we try to keep our spices as fresh as possible, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what would you say is one of your most popular spices that people come here for?
Well, I'd say it would be the sumac spice, which is a Persian spice, zatar, which is quite popular as well, and yeah, some of our Indian curries are quite nice too. So yeah.
Okay. And I see you have some saffron.
Yes, that's correct. We get our saffrons from Spain and Iran, so it's the best places to find them, I would say. And it's about 90 flowers for 1 gram, so
90 flowers.
yeah, they have to hand pick. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I'm Persian, so I know all about saffron. It's definitely a very intricate piece to a lot of culinary art, right?
That's
yeah,
correct.
Definitely.
Yeah, I did some cooking classes, and just the flavor that you get from saffron and things like that is just awesome and wonderful.
Yeah. And the color is so
Oh
beautiful,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. With rices, like some of our rices we have here too are from like all over the world, like Thai and things like that, and just saffron goes so well with it and things like that. So
What's a spice that, the average person really doesn't know about that's kind of interesting?
we have a spice called dukkha spice, which is house-made we do. It's an Arab spice, so it's like a mixture of many different kinds of nuts, sesame seeds, and things like that. And people come from, I would say, Bowen Island just to have some of it and things like that. Yeah.
Wow, Bowen Island. And all around the world, apparently.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, okay, and then with your, your daily, like day-to-day type of, routine, do you guys get like really busy every day?
Yeah, we do get quite busy. I mean, it comes in waves. Like, we get a lineup here and there, and then you just deal with it, and then it, settles down, and then again another wave. So we try our best to keep with like, the busyness of Granville Island, right? So I think I heard on the radio the other day, it's like one of the top tourist places in Canada.
That's why we're here, yeah. That's why we're here, because it's such a hot spot. A lot of creative, it's a hub of creative works and, artistry, and obviously a lot of culinary, intricacy. Yeah. So that's amazing. And I've heard a lot about this little corner right here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Wow. From like just the public and
I mean, when people tell me, where to get the spices, I was just speaking to Scott Fraser. He was saying, fennel pollen and all these different really interesting spices you don't really know about. And, you know, like you guys seem to be kind of the hot spot for all the spices.
Wow, you're making me blush right now because we work so hard, right? And we try to keep our spices as fresh as possible. And we get great comments from customers and things like that. Even chefs, like I go to restaurants sometimes and I'm just talking to some of the chefs and they're like, oh, I get all my spices from you guys. And, you know, I can always rely just to try, like we keep like small amounts and things like that. So I'm really glad to hear that. That warms my heart, like absolutely.
Yeah, because it seems like you guys are all here kind of like a family. You're using each other's ingredients in your own works. Like I'm sure a lot of the places here that are, you know, cooking, they're cooking with your spices.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. I mean, it's like a great family business, and you know, we try our best to, you know, provide and also create a relationship with the customers as well too. So
sounds like you're happy being here at Granville Island.
Absolutely. Like I can do this forever. I don't like just to see everyone and the tourists and everything. Like it's always nice to see you guys, and always nice to learn new things too from customers as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Justin. It's a pleasure to talk to you, and I wish you guys all the best with this cute little spice corner. So you guys come to Granville Island, make sure you visit the granary and this wonderful family business. Hey guys, I'm here with some lovely people visiting Granville Island. Joanne and Bart. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. You guys are so friendly and nice. Thank you so much. You just make my job easy. You're
yes.
welcome. So, are you guys locals?
Yeah, we live in Burnaby.
Burnaby.
Deep in the suburbs.
He likes to joke so far away, but really close. Right?
So, you know, it's Saturday afternoon. You guys come to Granville Island to have some fun and get some treats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best place to come.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you can go to those places where, you know, you have to buy everything on a skid and it's shrink wrapped and you have to load it in your car, and or you can come here and like you meet people and you try something you've never tried before. You meet people from different parts of the world, and it's just kind of like going on a mini vacation without having to really leave the Lower Mainland, you know.
Yeah,
so
it's a staycation.
You get to know everybody that runs the little shops, and they have the specialty items like the rice pudding or the licorice ropes or the certain apples you're looking for.
Thanks for helping me get that
I know.
licorice
Yeah.
rope.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That brought back my childhood. And speaking of childhood, this place does too. I've been coming here since I was a kid, so it's
Not
really
that long,
special
though.
to me. Yeah.
Not that long.
Only
Not
5,
that
10
long
years.
ago, yeah.
Yeah, not that long ago.
I tell you, that red licorice ropes, I could wind up in a church basement, you know. Hi, I'm, you know, on Tuesday nights here you go, I'm addicted to the licorice ropes, and
Definitely.
you know,
far worse addictions
There
than
is
licorice
probably far
ropes, so
worse,
it's
Far
good.
worse addictions than sugar.
Yes.
I gotta tell you. Not if you're diabetic,
a good one,
though. That's
though.
not good.
That's
true.
true. But even the licorice is supposed to be not bad for you.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
You actually used to find it in a health food
Health
store,
food
believe it or not. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Licorice?
there's a place in
Trying to
Coquitlam.
get kids to have their licorice root?
Well, maybe.
Oh, that's smart.
If it works, it works, right?
So you were mentioning that you love, you know, meeting the people. Yeah, and it's so great because you meet the people behind all of the artisan, handmade, handcrafted things, and it just, for some reason, it's so much easier to spend your money, right?
It is. And then there's musicians outside, and there's one guy that dresses up in a 3-piece suit and sings nothing but songs in French.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? Josh Minsky, yeah.
Josh Minsky.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we got 3 of his CDs.
Oh yeah, I know. There's this one other one, and he's Turkish and with a guitar.
Oh.
I'm always just like, okay, give me. He's like, I think you have that CD. Whoops. It's just, you know, you really fall in love with that atmosphere, and I love the fact that everybody here is a family. Like they really help each other out. They're using each other's ingredients. They're using each other's inspirations.
yeah.
They're really a family.
Yeah.
It's a cooperative.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. You know, I mean, you can go to any place that's like, you know, a giant chain store or, you know, a place the size of a warehouse you could park a plane in. But you come here and it is kind of small. People get to know you on a first name basis, and it's worth coming back. It's like coming to a small town.
And the quality, you get the freshness, the fresh ingredients, organic, whatever particularly you're looking for. The vegetables, the fruit, it's so fresh and delicious, and it just tastes so much better.
Definitely. I agree 100%. So thank you for talking to me about Granville Island. We're all fans here. So thank you, Joanne and Bart. You guys are lovely.
All right.
Thank you so
Same
much.
to you.
Hey, Vancouver television viewers. I wish we had all the time in the world to stay and keep exploring Granville Island. We're going to leave that to you, so make sure you check out Granville Island. There's so much to see, so much to eat. You know, this is a place with so much history and heritage. You definitely want to come and check out all of the artistry that happens here. It's a great creative hub and such a great cooperative with so many different artists and artisans working together and creating such a wonderful environment for many tourists and locals to enjoy. I'm your host, Pegah Ahani, and we'll see you next time on Vancouver Television.